Last night in Leeds, the anger was visceral. Before long, there were thousands out on the streets, most just watching. Some throwing whatever they could find. Outnumbered, the police left. We were told today to try and calm the situation. It would be several hours before they returned. You can hear a helicopter up above. That might, I guess, be a police helicopter, but actually down here, I haven't seen a single police officer, a single police car, apart from the one that was tipped over. And just there, that burning wreckage, not so long ago, that was a bus. Why did all this happen? What led to so much anger last night and still today among the Roma community in this part of Leeds? The catalyst, it seems, was a visit by social workers to a family in the area. A video of what happened next has been posted online. West Yorkshire Police say their officers helped move the social workers and children to a place of safety after the social workers were met with hostility.
You know what I think about your government, about your social worker now? That's rude. Shame, shame. I'm sorry what happened yesterday with this, yeah? We apologize for what happened with this. But the point is, what they did, how to come inside and to get a young kids, yeah?
With questions about community relations and about what will happen in the coming hours and days, at a press conference, the Mayor of West Yorkshire confirmed some arrests have already been made and called for calm.
Good stuff. It was so distressing for the community, and I want to publicly commend those people that through the night were on the streets ensuring that the outcome wasn't worse than the outcome that we saw.
Whoa, that's Councillor Motin Ali from Green Party trying to stop it.
Among those trying to stop more damage, more things being burned last night, Motin Ali, a local councillor in Leeds.
Because of that anger and because of that threat from the bricks and bottles, we were trying to protect the police. I mean, there was a couple of us who were providing a sort of shield, a human shield in front of the police officers. But unfortunately, I mean, there were just too many people throwing too many projectiles.
Are you all right?
Tired.
As people who live in this area started putting out the still smouldering fires at a nearby retail park, the emergency services en masse waited before coming back to damp down in the early hours. A tactic said today to have worked in ending things without injury, without further escalation. This weekend will be another test, though. Well, although earlier today that wreckage of the burned-out double-decker bus that was on this street last night was taken away from here, I think it is fair to say that there is still a damping down exercise going on here in Harehills this evening, a dampening down of tensions, because, you know, there is still a huge amount of upset and anger here this evening. That was referenced, I think, by Tracy Braben earlier today, the Mayor of West Yorkshire, when she asked parents to make sure they know where their kids are tonight. But she also addressed some of the stuff that's being posted online, because there is an awful lot of misinformation, and I would say in some cases deliberate stirring, actually, being posted in some quarters. And she said it's no time for dog whistle politics. We also heard from a representative from the Roma community here earlier today who was wanting to reassure people who live here when she addressed a big group from the community to tell them that the children at the centre of the event that led to all of this, that they are safe and well, and that talks are still ongoing to try and bring all of this to a conclusion, really.
Claire, thank you very much. Claire Fallon in Harehills there. Well, the Labour councillor for Harehills, Salma Arif, was on the scene yesterday urging residents to go home and remain calm. She joins me now. Thank you very much for joining us. Just picking up on Claire's points there, what do you think is the mood tonight in Harehills? There were messages from the mayor and yourself, presumably, to stay home tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, thankfully, it does seem a lot more calmer than it was last night at this time, and that's really encouraging. That's sort of the intel we're picking up from the police. I've just come out of the police meeting, going into another one. So the mood seems a lot more calmer, and that's on the back of the work we did early morning and throughout the day, reassuring the community, having conversations with the community to ensure that as a community we pull together and ensure that there's no repeat of what happened yesterday, which was incredibly shocking, extremely distressing for the community.
Can you tell us a little bit about what was said in those meetings that you have had and the ones that you are continuing to have with the police?
Yeah, look, it's not just the police; it's leaders from the communities, people that were involved yesterday as well, that encourage and that played a really pivotal role in ensuring that there was calm in the area, and ultimately is just making sure that the same message is out there in the community today as well, asking for calmness, trying to get some intel supporting the local, from my perspective as an elected member, supporting the local community, for them to come to me or providing them additional support. So it does seem, it seems pretty calm, and that's what we're hoping for the rest of the evening to pan out as well, but not being complacent about this, you know, talking to the community, being on the ground, speaking to very different, all the families involved in the community as well.
What you saw was a lot of misinformation on social media last night and disinformation as well. Some people saying that it was down to ethnic and religious beliefs of the people involved. You're shaking your head there. What kind of impact do you think that had on the situation?
Yeah, look, that was extremely unhelpful. As somebody who was in the thick of it, from sort of 5 o'clock in the evening to 2:30 in the morning, I was picking up on some of that rhetoric. At the moment, in that moment in time, it was important to calm things down. And what I can tell you, you know, it was an isolated incident. There was an incident that happened with a family, with care services. Obviously, can't go in much detail in relation to what happened with that incident, but that has been really unhelpful, because it means, you know, the media's landed in Harehills, and actually the media will go tomorrow. But as a community, we still have to be together to pick up those pieces, and come together to support each other. Harehills is albeit a deprived area, but an incredibly diverse part of the city in Leeds, and we live alongside and thrive alongside each other, with various different people from different backgrounds, and that's the beauty of Harehills. And actually, what I saw yesterday was an ugly side of Harehills, but what we also saw was the very best side of Harehills. There were community people coming out and, you know, making sure the fire buckets of water, you know, getting rid of the fires and pushing back people. So there was a lot of good stuff, and I think it's important for us to sort of highlight that as well.
Sure. One more point I wanted to put to you is that there has been criticism of some emergency services kind of letting that bus burn, watching residents kind of come out and tackle things themselves. How comfortable are you with the decisions that were made by emergency services?
So look, it was the police know better and the emergency services know better. There was a time where they felt their presence was needed, and perhaps there was a time where they felt their presence wasn't needed in the areas. Things got a little bit chaotic, and that's a decision for them. I, as an elected member, feel, in my view, what was happening, and if things were getting to a point where they were sort of dangerous, then the police would have come in. And in the end, the emergency services did come in. There'll be lots of reflections and things that we need to think about, which will happen in the days to come. But thankfully, you know, there was nobody hurt. There was no property, businesses that were around the area. So yes, the bus burning was not great and it was awful, but it could have been far more worse.
OK, Councillor Salma Arif, thank you very much for joining.